What will happen if we put a house on a railway track? Yes, you heard me right. Olson Kundig has placed a movable studio on rail track in Washington state. Washington city is known for its mountains peak, and in one of the mountain, this is called the Maxon Studio. The project comprises a residence and a detachable 2-story studio. This modern home will change how you think about architecture. Welcome to this exciting video series of design for every climate. Here we explore the architecture of different countries all over the globe. This house is a great example of kinetic architecture. In everyday life, we see elements like doors and windows that we open and close. These are all parts of kinetics in architecture. But what would happen if we move the whole house? Yes, this has done by Olson Kundig Architects, a firm in Seattle. They designed this residence with a movable studio. Olson Kundig's architecture is famous for modernism, or as they call it, the rational building style. It is more than just a style, it is almost like a value, how to make a building efficient and deliver it in a package that is also beautiful. So form follows function and beauty follows function. This is what modernism is. They started talking about whether they could move the house into the trees. The studio was built on 15-foot gauge railroad tracks so that it could neither stay close to the client's home or move away to stand in its own. The studio is a beautiful made structure, but moving it along the tracks is completely different and unique experience. In today's video, we will explore the architecture of Olson Kundig and also understand the technical details of the house and how you can implement these design principles into your design. This is the axonometric sketch of the house. On the right side of the volume is the office studio, which moves on the track. On the left side is the residence that is on the stilts. The entrance of the house is from the bridge. The house is raised on the stilts, giving it a feeling of detachment from the ground. This house offers a serene view of the surrounding. While working in the studio, you can move deep into the trees for the peace, or position your studio in the center of the track. It depends on the kind of experience you want to have while working. Let's explore the conceptual scheme of the house. Make sure to watch out this video till the end so that you understand the importance of design principles. The house has 2 volumes aligned in the same direction. One part of the house is attached to the ground, while the other part is the rail track and movable in the both directions. The residence block of the house is oriented horizontally, while the office is oriented vertically. This 2-story office structure is inspired by the design of traditional caboose. The first level contains a workspace, while the second level, accessible by a steel ladder, features a cupola. This cupola offers a great views and serves as a calmer zone for creative exploration and relaxation. The house is surrounded by trees and located in a dense forest. The entrance to the house is not straight, it follows a journey typically of Japanese architecture, where the pathway meanders and surprises you with what comes along the way. Suddenly you start seeing the architecture, and this journey experience makes the whole house magical. Let's explore the floor plan of the house to understand its planning better. Make sure to turn on the notification bell so you will be notified about the next video of this particular series. Here is the plan of the house. The main plan follows a rectangular geometry with all the spaces arranged in a row layout. Inspired by train planning, functions are arranged one by one. The main entrance of the house is accessed via a bridge and the overhangs are indicated by the dotted lines. Let's explore the detailed plan of the house. This is the entrance of the house. You enter through the large gate. As you take the path through the green forest, you suddenly find yourself entering into a small, dark foyer that completely changes your mood. And then you see the large living area that offers a view of the surrounding landscape. This journey makes the house magical. This side of the house contains the living area, which is connected to the kitchen and dining area. On the other side of the house, there are services areas and bedrooms. Here are the bedrooms for the guests and the kids. And at the far end of the house is the master bedroom, a very calm and peaceful area. The corridor in the center of the house connects all the services and rooms, making the entire space feel cohesive. Now comes the most exciting part of the house, the studio. Stay tuned till the end so that you understand that how crucial these design principles for your next project. This studio is placed on the rail track and moves on the site depending on the mood of the user. The homeowner is a graphic designer who seeks peace in the conducive environment for creativity. Explored this new movable architecture to create the right ambience for his studio. The house is divided into 2 zones. One side contains all the public areas, while the other side of the house is the private areas such as bedrooms. In the studio office, the 2-story tower is mounted on a 15-foot railroad track. This detached structure changes the whole design when placed in a different position. Even the interior spaces making the setting very unique. The studio tables offers a view of the landscape, and the control panel that operates the rails was taken from Burlington Northern locomotive. Additionally, the door colors and the wood used here is directly inspired by the colors and the materials commonly used on the American trains. If we see the section of the house, we can see how the house moves on these tracks. It is like a motor car that travels from one point to another. This features makes the house very unique and one of its kind. Now the exciting question is how we can implement these design principles into our design. The first and major principle we can use here is the kinetic architecture. These movements are very common in our day-to-day life, such as windows and doors. We can incorporate movable walls inside the house to create a whole new experience. The second major principle is differentiated planning, where the house has dedicated functions on one side while the other offers a calm and peaceful spaces. This principle is exemplified in the row planning of such houses. The third major principle is the use of material. Here, cotton steel is the main element of the house, showcasing a strong connection with the context. So now what do you think if we implement these design principles or the vernacular technique into another country or in a very different situation? Right here you will find a new interesting design.